Hello everybody, Swanner Rich here with a Vinyl Finds video. I got some BCLT also, that's why I'm going to do this. I was going to do my 10 best 1973, but I'll save that for my next video. I'm going to start it off with some BCLT I got from Michael Pilmer. And pretty nice how he designed it. But I must say, once upon opening this, it was the most frightening BCLT I've ever received in my life. And it says, Vinyl Rich, God told me you needed this album. Enjoy. And this is what it is. Merle Womack, Happy Again. He looks like well, I'm not going to say what he looks like. I guess this guy was in a plane crash. This is his, look at, he probably had 100 surgeries and they did a pretty good job actually. Now I haven't listened to this. Sorry, Michael. I will. I used to have a lot, well not a lot, I used to have some quirky albums and I purged most of them. I won't purge this because it came from my dear friend Michael. But yeah, I remember him talking about this album, but I don't remember what he said. And we got a stiffener here. Hi, Richie. And we got another stiffener here. Enjoy. Now, God, I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna say one Hail Mary and two Our Fathers for Michael. God rest his soul, or God bless his soul. God rest it. And this is the record. Oh, he's got a bunch of albums, man. Holy mackerel. That one's pretty wild. And that's what the labels look like. And I'll give this a listen. And maybe I'll do an update this Saturday on the Dr. October and Ryan Kidd live stream. Now he said, God told me you needed this one. He says, Satan told me you needed this one, this 7-inch. And for me, this is the prime jewel. Thor and the Ass Boys. Fantastic, dude. And I believe that's Michael Pilmer himself right there. Yeah, I think that's him in his nerdy self, you know. Michael Pilmer, he's like a nerdy guy. Kind of attracts 16-year-old girls type of nerd, you know. But yeah, this is great, dude. I am jazzed to have this. If you haven't seen that Thor documentary, man, go check it out. It's worth it. It's very well done. And that's Thor. My very first Thor. And of course, he had to put one of these in there. Dawkins. Now see, he put a nice touch to it. Dawkins sucks. Very good, dude. I agree, Jesus. Jesus Simmons. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the first record I'm going to show. It's a classic soul album. It didn't make my top 10 from this particular year. But it's, I got the 50th anniversary, is it? Of Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Fantastic sounding. This is the best sounding version of this album. It's better than the Mo-Fi One Step that you're going to pay over $100 for, and it's 2 records on 45 RPM. This record proves you don't need to put it on RPM. You don't need to do a first step to get a superior quality record. Fantastic. It's a gatefold. It's still in the shrink, so I haven't opened it. There's probably no, I mean, I can slip it off, but there's not going to be anything in there that this old fucker needs to see. You know what I mean? And it sounds great. The first record is the original album. And then the second record, which I have not listened to. I've been kind of busy lately. It's like stripped down versions. Versions with no strings. I have a feeling I'm going to love this second album, man. Yes. Now, this album has 3 great songs on it. The opening track, What's Going On side 1. The closing track on side 1, Mercy, Mercy Me, The Ecology. And the final track, Inner City Blues, Make Me Want to Holler. It's got some other good songs, and it's got some that, for me, quite frankly, are boring. You know, it's kind of like Pet Sounds, you know. Half of Pet Sounds is great, and the other half is like a Debbie Downer. So that's why I didn't make my top 10. And I mean, on Rolling Stone's latest 100 best albums or whatever, they have this as the #1 album of all time. And that's a joke. That's like a Black Lives Matter list. I mean, come on, dude. It's a good, I mean, I love Marvin Gaye. I have quite a few of his albums. But there is no way this is the best album ever made. In fact, I think Superfly is a better album. And Superfly didn't even make my top 10 of the year it came out. And it comes in these shiny sleeves, which I'll replace. But yeah, if you want a great sounding version of that album and you think it's the best album ever made, you got to get that version. Sell your Mo-Fi One Step, man. Now, while we're talking about great sounding records, I got a copy of the best ever, what is it? The Tone Poets? Yeah, the Tone Poets. Poison Idea, man. This is the best Tone Poet ever. Poison Idea. And it's on Pig Note. No Blue Note here. It's a Pig Note album. And it's a live album from 1990. Poison Idea, great hardcore punk band. Punk band. Got a little metal-y in times. Look at that, man. In fact, Poison Idea were the biggest band in punk. I mean, I believe they weighed over 1,500 pounds in total. You got Pig Champion right here on guitar. He must have weighed like close to 400. And then you got the singer. Just a big, massive group of men. And it has this book attached with all these beautiful photographs from the Pig Note photographers. Yeah, fantastic, dude. Look at that gut. Look at that gut on the singer, dude. And look at this. Comes in a great inner sleeve on Pig Note Records. And of course, the rich got the white vinyl version. I actually didn't know this was on white vinyl when I bought it, but whatever. Yeah. Now this is a nice sleeves there. And it does come with this poster. TKO Records presents Poison Idea. The Beast Goes East. I guess I should have said. Live at City Gardens, 1990. It's a ripper of an album. And this is a pretty cool little poster, man. That's frameable, you know. And TKO Records, that's a record store in Huntington Beach that I used to frequent, you know, sporadically. In fact, I found some really good punk stuff there. Some of their stuff was a little pricey. But yeah, it's a good, if you're ever in Huntington Beach, go check them out if you're into punk. Now, I think, yeah, this is the last new album I bought. And this is I think it's a Russian. Yeah, this is a Russian reissue of this. I don't know if it's legit or not. Ramones, Acid Eaters. This is a album of all covers, mostly 60s stuff. Journey to the Center of the Mind, Substitute by The Who, The Shapes of Things to Come, Somebody to Love, 7 and 7 Is, Mike Back Pages, Surf City. I like this album. It's not their best, but I don't hate it like The Kid. And very plain labels. I'm thinking this is a boot. But yeah, the last 3 Ramones albums I didn't buy. I don't have. They're coming out with a box set this record store day. But I have all those albums, so I wouldn't get that. In fact, there's really nothing. There's nothing on record store day that really piqued my interest. Okay, I do have one more new record. And it has a ding corner on it. And it's a 7-inch White Stains, Blood on the Beach. This is a fantastic. I believe they're out of Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. Just a fantastic. It's great vocals. It's kind of like Keith Morris from Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Off. Kind of in a cat. He sings it. Sometimes it comes off like real casual, like, I don't know. I'm just going through the motions. But it's great, dude. They have an album out that came out, I believe, the year before this, and I didn't get a copy of that. This is on Neon Taste Records, and I think that album has been reissued, so I'll probably pick it up because this is really, really good. And it comes with this little insert with the words. And you've got the creature from the Black Lagoon with a forearm flipping the bird. And it's got this great little insert here with a bimbo truck. And of course, I got the red version. Only 200 made. Only 200. There's only 200 of these. Onto the used records. This first one is a monster Grail in the heavy metal realm. And it's a band that I think first time I listened to them was last summer. And it's a Celtic Frost. I call them Celtic Frost because that's how it's spelled. And this is their first album, Morbid Tales. I did buy the record before this where their name was something else. And that caught my eye because of the cover. But yeah, this is great, dude. Now, I've always been kind of dismissive of heavy metal, but I do like some. And this is right up my alley, dude. Yeah, great. Great album, dude. And it came with this insert, and somebody cut something out of it, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's cool, And it's on Metal Blade Records. I don't believe this is a first pressing. It doesn't really matter. But, yeah, it's cool to have it on Metal Blade Records. And yeah, I'm jazzed, dude. In fact, since I've had that album, I've played it a number of times, at least once a week, the last 6 weeks or so that I've had it. Now, this next one is one that I just got maybe 2 weeks ago. And it's James Brown, Get on the Good Foot. Yeah. It's that early 70s stuff that is my sweet spot for James Brown. This is a really good album. It's not his best. Hell came out maybe a year or two after this. I think might be his best from this era. But Get on the Good Foot, man. Parts 1 and 2. It's fantastic. And then the second song, The Whole World Needs Liberation. It's a good song, except for I don't really like the backing vocals where these ladies are singing liberation, liberation. But it's got Please, Please. It's got some My Pants, Make It Groovy, Make It Funky. I Got a Bag of My Own. It's got songs that he would redo and redo. And it's a really good album, man. And it's on the Polydor record cover with that picture of James on there. Now this next one is a record I was looking at, and AJ walked in. He's the guy from Soul Chance that works at the record store. And he goes, "What are you looking at?" And I showed him War in a Babylon. And he goes, "Oh, that's a really good one." He goes, "You want me to put it on?" So he put it on, and it was playing as I was looking through. And yeah, it is a good one, and I picked it up, man. You got Max Romeo and Lee Perry, two giants of the reggae world. And I know nothing about them. Go to Fat City Vinyl if you want to know the scoop on this album. I'm sure he knows this album. I'm sure he has it, because it's really good. And on some sad notes, I heard the singer of the Mighty Diamonds got shot, and Jamaicans died. It's on Island Records. But fantastic reggae album. And this next album is, for me, it's a punk classic. It's one of the original LA punk bands from East LA. And it's The Brat. And it's, what is it? Attitudes. Was there something in here? Yeah, there is something in here. This is the second press of this. The first press was actually on a 10-inch. This is a single-sided 12-inch. And what's weird about this, okay, this is the front cover, but the record comes out on the left side, you know? So most of the time, the records would come out this, you know what I mean? And this is the back cover, so it's kind of weird that way. And it's got it like side one, side two, but it's all a one-sided affair. Really great, really good punk, early LA punk. And I think she is one of the most beautiful girls in the punk world, actually. And it looks like it has the same, yeah, it's the same thing on both sides. And there's a picture of her, I don't know, it doesn't do her justice. But yeah, she was a sweetheart. And it's on, see, this is playing over here. Records, The Beat, The Brat, The Beat, Attitudes. Very good, came out in 1980, I think, yeah. And it was in this nice MoFi sleeve. But it cracked up. It came with the original sleeve, you know. This is a plain piece of paper. And lastly, I got some more BCLT. And this one came from Norman Maslow. And it's thick. And he's got stickers on here. I wanted to point this sticker out here. Women in Vinyl. He just did a video with one of the women in vinyl. And I didn't think I was going to like the video because it starts off kind of dodgy for me. Where she was talking about all these stereotypes. And I don't know. But it turned into a very good video. And, I mean, she was talking about how, I don't know. I just think she's way off base on some of those. I mean, some stereo, I'm not going to dig myself in a hole. It's got one of these stupid Mazzy pins, which I've told him I don't want, I don't need. And he does a real good job here. It's a box. God dang. It's a box inside a box, and it even has a stiffener on the bottom of the box. Fragile. Now I know I had him buy me something. He was doing an in-store, one of those videos, and I told him about the one record. I go, oh man, that's a really good record. You should go back and get it. And he did go back and get it, and he got it for me. And we'll see. Yeah, and it's the top one. And I gotta get rid of this Post-it. And it's David Lannon, street singer. my brother had this. He got it in the dollar bins. I believe at Kmart probably. Or, you know, somewhere. And I really liked it, man. It's recorded live at the FBI Stock Exchange City Hall, which I believe is in San Francisco. And there he is right here walking down the street. And it's really good. It's for being recorded on a single mic recorder live out on the street. It actually sounds really good. And yeah, I'm really stoked to have that in my collection. And see what else is in here. Never Say Never. Now this is fantastic. I had this album, Romeo Void, I should say. And I didn't like the whole album, but I love this song. And it is so cool to have this on a 12-inch. And I'll probably get rid of the album, man. Because this is all I need. Never Say Never in the Dark, present tense, and Not Safe. Fantastic. I believe they came from Texas. Now, this is an album I bought as a kid. And it was the first Buffalo Springfield album that I ever bought last time around. And I was kind of disappointed, man. I have this on CD. I don't have that album anymore. It got kind of thrashed. Robert L. Jensen used to own this. And the dogs are going crazy. I have all the Buffalo Springfield on CD. I don't have any of their vinyl, so that's cool. I'll keep that. And this feels like a double album, yeah. Johnny Cash sings the ballads of the True West. Now I'm not much of a ballad guy, you know, but we'll give this a whirl. I do like some country. Hey, shut up. Good boy. Yeah. Johnny Cash, he's pretty good, you know. He's no Merle Haggard, but yeah, he's pretty good. What the? Now this is cool. John Coltrane Quartet. Before he got goofy, I believe. On Impulse. Audiophile vinyl reissues. Wow. This is a new record. Very cool. Thank you, man. I love John Coltrane. He's no Miles Davis, but I love him. Oh, and this is another album that I used to have and I purged. But this is a promo copy. And this is actually... I only have one Linda Ronstadt album now. I kind of purged all of them in 2 waves. And this actually lasted till the second wave. Because I really do like this era of Linda Ronstadt when she was doing like Elvis Costello and Warren Zevon covers. But yeah, this is a promo, and I will keep this. I wonder if this is part of that Coleman collection. I'll have to ask Mazzy if it is. I do have a few of those postcards left over, and I'll... Yeah, this is a really good album by her. I like it better than that early country stuff. Oh, wow. Now, this is a band that I never really listened to. I think I heard a couple of their singles on K-Rock. But it's World Party, Private Revolution. This is a band that gets a lot of praise. Are they part of that Manchester crowd? I think Rob Walker thinks this band's better than the Beatles or something, you know? Just because they're from Manchester. But yeah, this is going to be cool. I know I'm going to like this. Yeah, Carl Walbinger. Yeah, he's a great vocalist. No, I may have a 12-inch of these guys, and there's a bunch of pills on the cover. I don't know. I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Thank you, Mazzy. Thank you, Michael. And take care, everybody. Take care. Go Dodgers.